Hi guys, this is the Wynn Buffet update, January 2014. I didn't come here for a while because I certainly did not review it extensively for a while because many times did I come here and then I was disappointed and then I just realized that it was going to be the same over and over. Now the food offerings this time, some of them are a little different thankfully and some of them are the same. Now this is lunchtime and this is the Wynn Buffet. And I want to show you quickly what it looks like and maybe the seating area as well since we're at it. One of the seating areas, but they all look the same except perhaps for the very entrance. It looks a little prettier, but there's not much there. Not many seats are available there. Now this is lunch, so they don't have crab legs. They do not have crab legs for lunch. They have these kind of things, and some of them are nice, some of them are pretty average. So you will have here, rather than the crab legs, you'll have the sushi section. It's rather good. It isn't the most outstanding sushi I've ever had, but it's not stale. It's not dry. It isn't as savory as the one at Bacchanal, but then again, this is $26 plus taxes, $25.99 plus taxes. Bacchanal is about $40, I believe. You can check Top Dash Buffet to find out. And so it's a little cheaper, if I can use the word cheap. Now this is seaweed and cucumber salad, and I thought it was actually quite well prepared. And various other Asian delicacies. As I say, the sushi was good, but not outstanding. And some other thing that I thought was delicious was the Abi tuna poke. It's basically seaweed with tuna on top. And I thought it was rather nice. So I'll show you this section again, in case I didn't manage to show you well before. And the one that you see at the end is like a smoked salmon bagel. A smoked salmon bagel. Nothing outstanding. I mean, nothing is outstanding at Wynn. I mean, I think they've improved. They've definitely improved since last time I was here, the last few times I was here. But it isn't outstanding, you know. Like, I don't particularly like fruit presented this way, for example. It's a mixed melon salad. I mean, I like my fruit cut and I want to pick my own slices. I don't want it presented like this. To me, it's just not. First of all, and then where are my pineapple slices? For example, here they present Malibu rum spiked pineapple. Some of you may like it, but it's becoming a dessert and it's not quite so healthy as straight up pineapple. So, a little things that bother me. I don't like things prepared for me in small little containers, and I cannot have the natural plain version of it. But, you know, since it's not the cheapest buffet in town by any means, I would expect that. But as I said, it has improved, and there will be dishes that you will like. There's always something. Spicy red pepper hummus. Again, you know, spicy red pepper hummus, and then guacamole and roasted corn salsa. So what they do, they give you, rather than give you guacamole, they give you something else. And then rather than give you hummus, they give you hummus and something else. So some people don't like it, some people do. Now this section is actually quite nice. Here I really like this shrimp and leek. See? Shrimp and leek. And then you have shrimp bun and vegetable spring roll. And I have to tell you, it was heavy but delicious. And the gentleman that served me suggested the rice sauces. For example, the one here that you see in the center is a spicy sauce, and it goes really well with the shrimp and leek bun, so to speak, and dumpling. Other dumplings here, shrimp and pork dumplings, garlic, red chili oil, cilantro, and so forth. It was very nicely done. It was very heavy, but it was nice. Tomato, egg, and mushroom, Cantonese fried rice, and quite a rather healthy and tasty, and I'll show you in a second, a rather healthy and tasty garlic stir-fried vegetables. That was actually better than most restaurants will give you, and definitely better than most buffets. So that one was good. Garlic stir-fried vegetables. It was very well cooked, very well presented, and very appetizing, and very the texture was right. I thought it was quite well done. Now this is the bread section here. It looks good. Don't start piling up on the bread because you will be full and then you got no other space for anything else. I'm sorry about my voice, guys. Beef sliders. Some buffets these days create sliders, mini sliders, just like Bellagio. Green grilled chili cheese quesadilla. Same old quesadilla. Nicely presented sausages. They say Italian sausage, but I don't think this is Italian sausage. But let's say American Italian, Italo-American sausage. Pork cheddar bratwurst. This is kind of and correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of a German style sausage with cheddar inside. Well, you know, they try and do something different, and that's commendable, because when you come here you will experience different flavors and different tastes. But you know, it's kind of heavy and not everything works perfectly well. Nice grilled vegetables with chicken, roasted salsa, sour cream and so forth, Spanish rice, nice what look like homemade tortilla chips, which is always good, Spanish rice, and chara beans. Now this is rather popular. It's steak and rotisserie section, beef. It's very, very popular. People are quite happy with this meat. I'll see if I can show you better. It also smells very good, I have to admit. It smells very good. Again, what I liked in this section, I think, was a very good, successful, simple dish is the mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes, it was delicate, it wasn't too heavy, it was flavorful. And you know, I know it's a cheap dish, but it was very good. Then you have here roasted sweet potatoes with brown sugar and marshmallows. That's too much for me. It's just, I like sometimes simple food. I like to taste. If I'm eating a potato, I'd like to taste the potato. And sometimes you can add something and it really highlights the original flavor, but sometimes it takes away from it. So as I said, out of this section, I'd say the mashed potatoes are really well done. Really well done. It's rare. Sometimes they're so heavy in other buffets. There are some other buffets that manage to do a good mashed potatoes, but I think that this is one of the best actually here at Wynn. Roasted turkey. Chipotle and glazed meatloaf. Sorry guys, there's something wrong with my voice today. I think I've spoken too much or been too much at casinos with smoke, you know what I mean? It looks very nice, very nicely presentable. Garlic roasted cauliflower, Brussels sprouts in a very innovative way. I think in this case, if you have to serve Brussels sprouts, you see, I don't like Brussels sprouts, but at least served in this way, they become a lot tastier. A lot tastier. So that's a good thing. These grilled asparagi for me, they're too big. I like them thinner so that I can actually, the flavor goes through them when you cook them. But that's a personal choice, really. Some more breads, very nicely presented again. It's just mostly for show. It looks good, you know, it makes you really, it's very inviting. And you can get this. Too, and well, I like it. Now the Italian section, the sauteed broccoli, the sauteed vegetables here were actually quite good, quite well done. It's surprising because the vegetable in itself is part of the cabbage broccoli family. I don't like it, but cooked this way, it was very flavorful. Therefore, I didn't even know what I was eating. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. As I just said earlier, I said I like to taste potato. Well, in this case, if there's a vegetable I don't like to taste it, but I like to have the nutrients from it. The rest was pretty average. Vegetable stacked polenta wasn't very good. Polenta can be absolutely delicious. There's another buffet that presents polenta really, really, really well. I don't remember it offhand, but if you check top-buffet.com or our other videos, you can find out pretty quickly. I think it was Cosmo, but I'm not sure 100%. Eggplant parmesan, if you know the Italian dish, it's really not like the Italians prepare it, and it looks a little bit too deep fried for me. But of course, it's, you know, deep fried is always, anything that you deep fry works out well, but it isn't authentic. 4 cheese ravioli and classic meatballs pasta. Now this has always been a disappointment for me here because it looks so good and it's so thin, and it's important to, in my opinion, to actually offer thin slices of pizza because it's just not healthy to eat huge thick slices, and more importantly you have better flavors if the base is thin. But in my opinion there are two problems. The toppings, they're too bland. I mean, I had this was steak and egg pizza. Steak and egg, I'm sorry, since when? But nonetheless, it wasn't that good. This one just does not look as good as it could. It does not look like an authentic pizza, authentic style, and to me, that's one of the most disappointing things at the Wynn buffet. I wouldn't go for the pizza at all. Looks thin and reasonably good, but it's not good. Now, mussels. It was good. In tomato broth, the broth was flavorful. The mussels, I think, disappeared in terms of flavor with the broth, but I know that many people like it, so I think objectively it's probably a success. Objectively, subjectively, not for me. Grilled salmon with fennel, roasted corn, and smoked salmon sauce, and a few tarts, sweet pea, bacon, and wild mushroom tarts. Oven roasted tomatoes and seared red snapper. Now this section, I always liked it at Wynn because first of all it looks great, and secondly you've got a lot of expensive stuff here that you can just grab and pile up on your plate. So from Genoa salami to mortadella, Italian mortadella. These are antipasti, and what looks like capicollo, which is a spicy ham type, and then you have some more salami and what looks like it's pancetta. I'll take a look because it is not labeled, but it looks like capicollo or some kind of pancetta. And I'm Italian, so there is no Parma ham. I think you've got more of the same. This is cooked, and this is yeah, I think it's capicollo or some kind of ham. Oh, that's what it is. It's shoulder ham. Yes. Sorry guys, I'm thinking because I'm a ham connoisseurs in a way. But it's not the Parma ham, it's not as thin, it's not the regular prosciutto, Italian prosciutto, but it's still good. And salami and lots of nice cheese, farmhouse cheese selection, no name. But this cheese here was it's a mix between brie and goat cheese. I had it. It was delicious. Of course, it's heavy. I'm sorry, guys. New England clam chowder, very heavy. It was good, but very heavy. And by good, I mean it tasted. It was very flavorful. Tomato bisque, chicken noodle. Now, this was the granola fruit parfait. Is basically granola with yogurt and pears. They make them here. I think it's rather nice. Beet salad, it's a nice, something different, some other types of yogurt. The yogurt was generally, though, a bit too sweet and a bit too starchy. I'm not saying there is starch in it, I'm just saying it just tasted that way. And Caesar salad, which is not made to order, you gotta make it yourself. And several already made salads, and they're actually quite nice. Shade winter vegetable salad with pear vinaigrette dressing. Actually, it was rather refreshing, I have to admit, rather refreshing, so you will like it if you like salad. Greek salad, nothing wrong with it. And spicy pear winter apple salad. There's a lot of fancy salads. Sometimes, what's wrong with a good old nice Greek salad with nice Kalamata olives? Sometimes you just want that. But they try to do something different here, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. And then you can make your own here. But I see no artichokes, nothing that really is worthy of a buffet that costs $27. So that's the problem with, I think, Wynn. I mean, it's good. I know that there are people that love this buffet. But you have to be honest, you have to compare it, well, I have to compare it to other buffets. And although it looks beautiful, it presents well, Nothing here is so outstanding that I would say, oh, you have to come absolutely here. This is the must-come buffet. If you want to splash out on a lot of money, then you might as well go to Bacchanal because it's rather fun. Very expensive though. If you're not too fussed about having so many different dishes, many of them are not that great, then you might as well go to Mirage. It's a bit cheaper for lunch, but not that much cheaper. Bellagio is more or less the same amount of money. But it is a good buffet. This is a good buffet, don't get me wrong. It's a good buffet. It is not a wow buffet when you actually eat it, but it is a good buffet. I just hope, I mean, I was a little bit severe maybe in my review because I think when you want to represent yourself as a gourmet buffet or a really high-end buffet, then I expect high-end, and I never really get it. A couple of things, yes, but many things not really. And yet it's good, you know, I mean, of course, there are so many buffets. It is in our top 10, so if you check on Top Buffet, top-buffet.com, we have Wynn in our top 5 group, you know, because I have a couple grouped together. So really, it's good, but it is not outstanding, and the price is a bit too steep for what it is in terms of the flavor. And if you like light food that really, you know, reminds you of eating something gourmet at a restaurant, but light and refreshing and energizing, I wouldn't say this is it. This is kind of a heavy buffet in my experience. I would go to Mirage. They have a couple of really light dishes that will make you feel good. Aria has a couple of very nice light dishes, not all. You know, Aria is better for sure. So, you know, there are alternatives, but if you read top-buffet.com, I keep updates there because a video, you know, I don't take a video every day, but I do write updates very, very frequently. So check that out and ask any questions via the website, of course, or this channel. In terms of dessert, it's actually quite poor in that there isn't a lot there, but if you take any average buffet, then it is a good dessert section. If you expect a high-end dessert, this is what's really actually there. If you expect nothing, then you'll be very pleasantly surprised. So warm bread pudding, it looks very good. It's nice bread pudding. You know, I go for the usual and compare them with the other buffets. Nothing here was really out of this world, but it's good. I mean, this passion fruit tapioca was good. Is it worth coming here for that? No, of course not. And then I'll show you the other side with the gelatos. Show you the gelatos in a second. Pretty much the same that's offered on the other side here. Pretty much the same. And a few fancy dressed gelatos, and I'll have a taste and let you know what they're like. I'll tell you in a sec. See if I can show you what they are so you can get an idea. Kind of fanciful, but I wouldn't say it really screams in your mind when you eat it. Okay, so I've had a taste of the mango sorbet and the other sorbets. It's good. It's, you know, I love sorbets. Sorbets are, you know, fruit gelatos, you know, so it's lighter than your regular ice cream. And this is good. I can taste the mango. It's good. It's as good as Mirage, but Mirage maybe it's a little better, maybe, but I think they're comparable. What I liked about Mirage, on the other hand, was that the blackberry sorbet was out of this world. I could actually taste the blackberry pieces. It was out of this world. But this is good. As long as they serve gelato rather than cheap ice cream, or at least if they serve both, then you know you're in a better buffet. I don't like it when all I have is cheap ice cream. It really bothers me, you know. When you pay over $20 for a buffet, you have to expect something. And maybe I'm fussy, but you have to. You have to love yourself and respect yourself. Okay, guys, so basically I'll just show you the room a little bit again. So this is a good buffet. It's a little bit pricey. Perhaps it might help, hopefully, a few comparisons that we make on top-buffet.com. And so, is it worth coming all the way here? Well, hopefully that's a little bit clearer now, but it's much clearer on top-buffet.com. See you there, guys. Bye-bye.